do I begin? You know, guys, I'm kind of torn between responding to some of your reactions, allegations, accusations, labels, insults on my last two videos, or, you know, just ignoring them and forging ahead to focus on the actual topic of this particular video, which is about some of the paired housemates diary session today. Yeah. But for the sake of clarity, I think I'm gonna take a few minutes of your time on this video to do both, right? So first, I'm gonna address some of your reactions, your insults, and, you know, all the fireworks going on in the comment section of those two videos. First off, ladies and gentlemen, am I mad at it? No, I'm not, because this is not the first time, right? Am I gonna say I was misunderstood? No, I don't think I was misunderstood. And I'm not gonna sit down here and play the victim card, you know? Hey, this is not a Big Brother Naija show going on here. No, the fact that we're discussing the show, the fact that we're analyzing the show does not mean we're going to get into La La Land or Fantasy Island and act like we're equally playing our own competition out here. No, there's no winning prize at the end of the day, all right? But I think those people calling me names, hurling insults at me, and just literally skewing the entire narrative of my two videos, I think they are quite deliberate about it, right? And this is a tactic I have noticed over the years that most of these fanatics actually use to try to assassinate my character as an analyst of the show, you know, especially when they feel like I am not taking the side of their faves. This is a tactic that they employ, you know, to try to discredit my community, my channel, my brand, my hard work. They try to discredit what I do, you know, all in the name of stanship culture, which is something we've talked about on this channel over and over and over again. And I saw it coming. I saw it coming. In fact, this is not even the first time. There's so many videos I have done in the past 4 weeks, and this thing keeps repeating itself. But for the past two videos, this one was a lot. That is why I'm talking about it. This one was a lot. I saw people saying, oh, Glory, you've jumped into conclusion about the Wannixhandi's matter. I saw comments like, oh, Glory, you should have just reported the matter and kept it moving. You shouldn't have said anything. I saw comments like, oh, Glory, you're so judgmental. I'm like, oh, wow. I say, oh, Glory, you hate Ben. I'm like, really? I mean, guys, there's so many there's so many types of comments on those two videos. The ones that, oh, Glory, we know that Wannixhandi, they are your fave this season. You're not even hiding it. You are biased. Oh, you're always supporting them. Blah, 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 XYZ. I mean, that one is a recurring comment on almost all my videos. There's just been a lot of it. And some of them are quite irritating to read, to be very honest. Especially the part that, you know, especially those ones that will say, oh, Glory, you're supposed to just report the event and kept it, you know, and keep it moving. And that one really baffles me, because I look at those comments and I wish I could see those people face to face and ask them this very valid question that, hello, does this community look like a joke to you? Do we look like we are newscasters here? Do we look like we just report news and we keep it moving? Every time I introduce myself and I tell you all what we do here, that this is where we analyze, we give details, we discuss, we have conversations. I don't understand. Is it that it enters here and it goes out through here? Because I don't get it. What is it? What's the, you're supposed to report the event and keep it moving? Excuse you. Excuse you. On what foundation do you think we built this community over the years? On what foundation? You think it's on a reporting foundation? Excuse you. I mean, and then the ones that are talking about, oh, you have jumped into conclusions, you're so judgmental. Guys, I am so baffled by that particular comment. Because on the 2 videos I did, the first one, Handi's allegations against Ben, I clearly used a lot of, oh, these are allegations, oh, if it is true, if it is true, if it is true. I clearly used a lot of those words in that video. But those set of people chose to ignore those words. In fact, the one that even made me laugh the most is the part where they said, I just jumped on judging Ben and that is that. And I'm like, wow. On the 2 videos I did, the intelligent ones caught on to the fact that Glory Elijah was actually sending a message, or more still, addressing Big Brother himself. Because, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if it has occurred to those people yet that as we are discussing the conversations and events that's happening on the show, we're equally having another conversation on the outside, which is more about how lackadaisical Biggie has been this season, especially with regards to upholding the rules of the game. How Big Brother has deliberately turned a blind eye to the offenses of the housemates, the infringements of the housemates this season, and has focused more on only microphone infringements, which he doesn't even deal with all the time, and on the housemates disrespecting Big Brother. And it's made me wonder, like, okay, is Big Brother of this season like that crazy about respect? How about the rules of the game? Especially rules that, you know, hinders the flow of communication. Us, the viewers, not hearing most of the time the conversations that most of these housemates have. The whispering issues, the speaking in low tones, the speaking in reverse language. I addressed all of those issues on those 2 videos. And then on the first one, I made references to how issues of sexual allegations had been addressed on a previous season of Big Brother Naija and on the recently ended Big Brother and Zamzi season that happened earlier this year. A lot of the smart ones here, they caught onto it. In fact, they even went as far as citing instances of previous seasons, the second season of, the second season of Big Brother Naija, C. Gobe, where it happened to T-Boss, between T-Boss and Kemen, and then they talked about the double Wahala season between Coco Chloe, Kebrule. They went as far as even doing their own, you know, research and making their own references. And thanks to those people. But then those who have chosen to carry on the attitude and the spirit of, you know, Twitter fanatics, they came with empty barrels of guns to come and blaze and fire at Glory Elijah. I'm sorry, you missed. Talking about, oh, Glory, Wannixhandi is your fave, Wannixhandi is your fave. The other time, oh, Glory, you hate to yika, you hate to yika, you hate to yika. I'm like seriously, are these people listening to the back of my analysis or what? I don't understand. I'm confused. I've said this countless number of times on this channel. If I speak about what these housemates do in the house, if I highlight the things that they do, the good, the bad, the ugly, it does not mean I love them so much or I hate them so much. I'm only speaking based on what I see. And if you agree with me or not, it's fine. Guys, I'm not trying to convince you anymore. I'm not. But please, let's be guided. You're trying to assassinate Glory Elijah's character? You're trying to discredit my work? Well, you know what? Those that see the truth will always see it and stand for it. But those who are working harder than the devil to try to tarnish the image of my brand, well, I'm sorry, you missed. You missed. But one thing I will advise those people that are fond of coming with those attacks is this. Please, learn to listen, to comprehend. Every time I say comprehension, people think I'm actually throwing shades. No, I'm not. It's an advice. Learn to listen to understand. Learn to listen to comprehend. And comprehension does not necessarily mean you agree with something 100%. No, it only gives you room for, you know, angles, you know, for different angles to that conversation or topic at hand. And it helps you formulate your own perspective. It is for your own good. How do you enjoy the show when you allow stanship culture to block all sense of reasoning that you have? How? How? If the game is not going in favor of your fave, it's my fault. How is it Glory Elijah's fault? ladies and gentlemen, I want to give a special appreciation to those of you that caught the message of those 2 videos and every other video that I put out. I want to appreciate those of you that would always maturely, intelligently, and intellectually address the conversations at hand without attacking Glory Elijah. I appreciate all of you. You all are the realest MVPs. And you know, the craziest part for me was how those people deliberately, conveniently ignored those parts of the videos where I kept on saying that, oh, these are wild allegations. And this is with regards to the Handi's allegations against Ben. That I kept on saying, oh, this is wild. These are wild allegations. And I kept on saying, if it is true, if the allegations are true, if they are true, these people conveniently ignored those parts. Or they probably didn't even watch the video in details. They probably didn't even watch the videos to the end. Maybe. I don't know what went wrong. But I'm very sure that because of stanship culture, they deliberately ignored those parts. And they kept on saying, Glory, you have concluded. You have judged Ben already. Anyways, you're all welcome to my channel. My name is Glory Elijah. This is Frankly Speaking with Glory Elijah, and I am the girl with the tea. And for the sake of clarity, I want to reiterate that on this channel, we do not only report events and activities or whatever happens on reality TV shows. No, that's not what we do here. We're not newscasters or rumor mongers or gossips. No, what we do on here is we give the most detailed, factual, and accurate analysis of reality TV shows, movies, and trending social topics. And at the moment, we're actually discussing the Big Brother Naija No Lose Guard season. So to those of you that are in the spirit of being open-minded and having open conversations, thank you all so much for tuning in. And please do not forget to give this video a thumbs up, like this video. And yeah, if you're yet to subscribe, please go ahead and do so. All right. Now, all of that said, let's proceed into the details of the 4 pairs that had their diary session today. 4 pairs had their diary session today. We had Aces, Double K, the Radicals, and Shatoria. Yes, and frankly speaking, the Radicals diary session was the highlight of the sessions. Yes, it was the highlight, and it was courtesy of Michky. Michky is still going on and on with his obsession with the Wannixhandi pairs. But there were quite a lot of revelations this guy made today. And guys, I was quite surprised. I was quite surprised because it turns out that from all he said, it turns out that the Wannixhandi pair has been poking Michky for a while now in the house. Yes, he actually mentioned a bit of it. That was yesterday during the nomination process when Big Brother had told him that, okay, when they have their diary session today, he could have more time to, you know, onboarding his heart. And that was exactly what he did today. This guy went on and on and on about the different ways the sisters had been poking him, you know, with regards to how they reacted when he came out of the toilet. For that one, Big Brother did not support him because, ladies and gentlemen, everybody in the house has been complaining. In fact, they even make jokes out of it today that Michky literally eats at least 5 eggs at a go. And sometimes he eats eggs and beans. And that makes his fart to be not so palatable. Yes, if you know what I mean. Yeah. So for that one, people that did not support him on that one, but there were other things that he listed out, you know, ranging from the way they look at him. In fact, there was one scenario he mentioned where whilst observing Big Brother's punishment of writing, "I will never do it again," you know, in his notebook, was it Ndi had, you know, hit his leg while she was trying to pass or sit. And he had said, "And why would you hit me like that?" Because it actually made him writes wrongly on his notepad. And then instead of the girl to just say sorry, just apologize, one, he took it up and was like, "Oh, see this one, oh, see this one, oh, instead of you to put your book here, see this one, oh." And for me, that was quite rude and very, very annoying. Very annoying. And from the way Michky described it, it was very triggering because, you know, ever since they had their slight fallout, you know, he has been very observant and quite sensitive to what the girls do. So it's more of a thing of he's avoiding them, you know, but the girls are just being nasty towards him. And most of the things they do have been irritating him. And so one day he's going to blow off. He's going to lash out at these girls, and he's going to make sure that if they provoke him again, he begins to make life miserable for them in that house from that day on, because they are very annoying. Oh, and he wasn't going as far as saying that, oh, they think that because they sent Ruthie out of the house, they can actually send him out of the house as well. And it's going to frustrate them in the house to the point that they will be the ones to want to leave the house, because he's sick and tired of all their nonsense. And the guy was just going on. And some of the things he was saying, his partner, Fairme, was also seconding most of the things he was saying, because according to Fairme, Michky has been reporting those things to him. Now, Michky said a lot, and quite frankly, it was very hilarious because of the way he was equally jokingly saying some of those things. But personally, I felt like, nah, those girls, if truly they were doing those things he was claiming that they were doing to him, then there's a problem, and he needs to speak up. He needs to confront them once and for all, because at the end of the day, nobody can beat anybody in Big Brother's house. You can only use your words to defend yourself. Yes, because there was something Michky said, which I really appreciated him for. He said that if it was a guy that was doing all of those things to him, he would have reacted long ago. But because they are females, he doesn't want to overreact, so he doesn't come across like he's being aggressive with them, right? So he had a lot to say, and as I mentioned before, it was quite funny and serious at the same time. However, in the midst of all of these things Michky was saying, I just could not help but remind myself that Michky could be right 100%, and he could also be overthinking things on the other hand. Why do I say so? Let's not forget that Michky has been holding grudges against the twin sisters from the very first week. And this is because he has actually made advances towards Ndi, but Ndi had rejected his proposal. And then he has started peddling these false narratives around the house about the twin sisters, that they were the ones that actually made advances towards him, you know, despite the fact that he had informed the whole house that he was in a 4-year-long relationship and he intended to marry this person he has been dating, I think sometime next year, you know. So he has been spreading this false narrative about these girls, you know. He has called them names, called them cheap to Ruthie the night that Ruthie had that altercation with the twin sisters. He has said a lot of nasty things about these girls, you know. So when Michky was complaining today, ladies and gentlemen, it was quite funny to watch. But at the same time, I was looking at him and I'm saying, Michky, you're not innocent, man. Because I was thinking that, Michky, most of these things you've said about these twin sisters, most of these names you've called them, most of the insults, most of the negative narrative, the character assassination you've been doing around the house about these girls, you've not said it to their face. You've not. You've not. But now you are openly, you know, complaining about the things you claim that they have been doing to irritate you. Don't you think it's a balanced scale? You know? But ladies and gentlemen, personally, I cannot wait for them to have that confrontation very soon. Because the twin sisters, it's not like they're actually innocent in all of this, yes, because I cannot say that Michky is lying because I wasn't there. But the fact still remains that Michky has done a lot of damage with his mouth by the things he has been saying about the twin sisters, yes. So he who, how do they say it? He who comes to equity must come to with clean hands, right? Yes. So whilst Michky was ranting and huffing and puffing and doing whatnot in the diary room today, I found it quite entertaining, very hilarious. But at the same time, I was asking him, Michky, are you innocent? It's not about sentiment here, right? We cannot overrule the fact that Michky has himself said a lot of nasty things about these girls. But as I mentioned before, I cannot wait to see that confrontation happen. As a matter of fact, I want it to happen so that Michky will finally unburden all the things he has to say to those girls from his chest. I cannot wait for him to finally release himself, because at the moment it seems like Michky is under the bondage of those girls not reciprocating his likeness. Personally, I want Michky to finally rest, you know, like vent. Let it all out, not just to Big Brother, but to the twin sisters. Let them have their altercation. Let them confront each other and shout and do whatnot, so that Michky will finally have peace of mind. Because at the moment, Michky does not have peace of mind in that house. Every time those girls pass, if Michky is standing with someone, he will make a derogatory comment about them to that person. Every time Michky turns around and sees those sisters, he would turn around to the person that he's seated with, and he would make sure that, like, he would try to infiltrate that person's mind to make them see how hideous those girls look to him now. And what is the genesis of this whole thing? He made his intentions known to Ndi that he likes her, and Ndi did not reciprocate that energy. And now this is where we're at. So ladies and gentlemen, what are your thoughts about this? Let me know in the comment section below. For the rest of the other pairs that had their diary session today, some of the things they discussed with Big Brother are some of the reasons they gave for their nominations yesterday. Yes, although there was a question that Big Brother asked them, that on what basis do they nominate? Is it on a strategic basis or based on sentiments? And from their replies, okay, I think aces were the ones that actually said that they were very strategic about their, their nominations. And I totally agree, because the reason they gave yesterday during the nomination process, it clarified that. But for the Shatoria pair, ladies and gentlemen, it just did not make sense to me. Because from the explanation they gave, they had said that, oh, because Victoria has her own circle of friends and Sean has his own circle of friends. So what they are doing is that for every nomination session, Sean will pick from Victoria's group, and then Victoria will pick from Sean's group. And ladies and gentlemen, that was like the most shallow thing, like the most shallow reason for nominating a housemate I have ever heard in the history of Big Brother Naija. I mean, I'm used to hearing the housemates talking about we don't have connections, we don't have any bond. And I'm like, look at the Mbadiwe twins in that house. Look at the checkers pair in that house. Look at the people that are very active, that are always creating drama. Yes, some people are nominating the Wannixhandi pair, but look at the Mbadiwe twins in that house. Those guys are the biggest threats in that house. You know why? Because they seem to be in almost everybody's good books, with the exception of the Nelita pair and the, what's their name now, Fairme David. They are in the good books of everybody. And those are people that should be targeted, because they influence the nomination process in that house. They have conversations with their allies in the house, the likes of Sean, the checkers pair. They have conversations with them, even Wannixhandi. They have conversations with their allies. And they decide, the housemates, sometimes that they would love to see, leave that week. And these people are not even thinking. They're not even thinking. Ladies and gentlemen, I was even so disappointed in the beta pairs nomination as well. That is TJ. That TJ that prides himself in being the master gamer in the house, that is always advising people on how to play the game. This guy is also not seeing that the biggest threat in the house are the Mbadiwe twins. So listening to Sean and Victoria's reasons for nominating, it just did not make sense to me. And to think that they deemed their style as strategic, it was just laughable. Really laughable. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to stop talking here right now, because I would love to hear your thoughts about the housemates diary sessions, and yeah, just go ahead and share in the comment section below. I'll see you guys on another video soon. Thanks for watching and have an amazing day. Bye.